Welcome back, America. We have a friend of ours, Representative Mike Lawler from New York's 17th Congressional District, a man I have great respect for in a very difficult district. Now, Mike Lawler, you're close to the area, and you've been watching this Mondami over the last 7 months or so. He's been a one-man wrecking ball to the entire metropolitan area that has an effect on the entire state there. He seems to control the Democrat Party now. Schumer and Jeffries seem to have surrendered it to the Marxist Islamists. My concern here is that he's kind of leading a nationwide revolution. This seems to be now the ground point from where they intend to spread this ideology. Not the only one, don't get me wrong, but ground zero from where they intend to spread this ideology throughout the country. And the sickening irony is we're at the 25th anniversary of 9/11 just in a few weeks. What do you make of all this?
Well, you know, Mark, I said last year that Zohran Mamdani, if elected, would become the face of the Democratic Party, and he would be the most political mayor in the history of New York City, which is saying something when you think back to Tammany Hall and, LaGuardia and everything else that, has happened in New York. The fact is that Zohran Mamdani is a Marxist, and he fundamentally believes in this ideology. I served with him in the state legislature. We were friendly. We played poker every week up in Albany, and anytime he would win, I'd say, all right, socialists, fork it over. But the fact is that he believes in this stuff, and he is leading the charge, along with AOC and Bernie Sanders, not just in New York, but across the country. And you're seeing it in these congressional seats. You're seeing it in these U.S. Senate primaries. No matter how much they try to run away from Graham Plattner now, the fact is they embraced his candidacy. They're embracing, the radical socialists in Michigan. They're embracing communists running in New York. And so this is where the Democratic Party is headed. And his speech on July 4th, basically condemning America. As somebody who's an immigrant from Uganda who just became a U.S. citizen 8 years ago, he should be grateful for the opportunities that this country has afforded him and his family. Remember, he's a trust fund baby. His mother has made a lot of money in Hollywood and in Bollywood. His father is a Marxist professor at Columbia. I mean, this is the world view he grew up in, and he is doing everything he can to enact it and remake the Democratic Party. And sadly, Schumer and Jeffries are weak, pathetic leaders that, frankly, are going to be gone. I mean, Jeffries will be lucky if he remains the Democratic leader. I fundamentally do believe we will hold the House in November because this is a choice for the American people between capitalism and Marxist, socialist, communists. This is a choice between people who believe in the ideals and the values that built America and those who want to remake it. And I think the American people will soundly reject that in November. But Schumer is done. He is absolutely toast come 2028, whether it's AOC or some other radical socialist that takes him out in a Democratic primary. But mark my words, he will be done come 2028.
Now, what they've managed to do, these Marxist Islamists, is they've played the primary system. They know that people really don't turn out in big numbers in most primaries, and so they get their vote out. In New York, I believe it was in the mosques turned out about 97% of their parishioners to vote in the Democrat primary, but overall it was a relatively low turnout. And so that's how you got them on Mamdani. And they're doing this all over the country. They're doing it in places like Texas. They're doing it in New Jersey. They're doing it in California, even parts of Florida, other places like that. So there's an entire strategy afoot here. So that's my question to you when we return. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.